Right, g'day team. Today I'm going to run you through a race warm up. Okay. Now I spoke about this the other day, uh, but obviously it's something that I really want to get out to you guys um, in terms of when you go to do a piece, making sure you're ready for it. Okay, and even though this is down the bottom, this is something really important. Okay, because you need to know yourself. You need to know your fitness because when you do that, you can get an understanding of when you're ready. And I think that's probably one of the keys is that if you've been training a lot, you're pretty good, you think your fitness is great, then you should understand when you're doing a normal workout, when you start feeling good. Okay, so you might find that if you're doing half an hour, you don't get to like the 20-minute mark, and then you're like, I'm really swinging well, good numbers. Could be when you're doing repeats or intervals, you'll be like this third, fourth, whatever out of six, could be the better ones. So that gives you an understanding of uh, how long it takes you to get to a place where you're actually feeling good. And that's why when I've got these sort of three aspects of a warm up, that there's a variation. There's a variation for reasons. There's variation because you might not be as fit as you like. You're only doing a short piece. You're doing a long piece. All of these come in. These factors come into your, I guess, your decision making when it comes to doing a warm up. Okay, so if you look at what we've got in terms of structure on here, now I'm doing this because we've got the World Rowing Virtual Sprints on at the moment. So it's 1,000 meters. So you need to get warmed up. A lot of this is going to be more important than say that. Okay. Now we still have to get ourselves warmed up, ready, blood flowing. We want to get a bit of temperature in the body. Okay. And once we've got that going, then we start building our rating. Okay. So we build from whatever to whatever. Okay. And that's another factor because depending on the rating that you do and you're comfortable with when you get up to speed, is sort of the number or the time that we need to do at certain ratings on the way through. And so that all comes into the process. Okay. So what, in my opinion, would be that we want to do sort of 10 to 15 minutes, just getting it moving, right? Get the machine moving, getting our body into good posture, getting good elasticity as we're coming up. And once we've got that, then we can start moving into some building pieces, okay? So the building piece is just going through the ratings, okay? Getting the body a little bit free, used to a bit more speed. So we just run through some ratings, okay? And so what we normally do with that is that, and I'll just use an example here. If you rate, let's say 34, we want to build this up to sort of about 28, maybe 30. And what this building pieces are they're basically just like a minute on, minute off, right? And the first one could be, say, 24. And we just roll into 24, just move, get the freedom of movements, push a little bit more. Okay, bang, minute, finished. Roll off the end of it, minute. Then we do another minute at 26. And then we roll off. We do another minute at 28 and roll off. Okay. And we could even potentially do 45 seconds, maybe 30 seconds at rating. Okay. Bang. And then we can just roll it off for another minute or two. And then we get into this priming piece. Okay. Now, the priming piece is race rate. Okay. Or close to it. So, what I would suggest, and if we're using this 34 as our rating, I would be the first piece, let's say 30 seconds, maybe 20 strokes. Doesn't matter. Get it to 32. Okay. Just ease of the freedom. Okay. Then we roll off for a period. I'd like to keep it pretty much a minute, maybe less. 34. Right. do another one at 34 after that. And then we'll do one at like 36, 37, a bit higher. So we're just priming the body, okay? We're priming the speed of our muscle movement, okay? And then basically that's us. Then we're ready to go. So what we've done is we've incorporated a whole lot. We've incorporated our fitness. We've incorporated the steady building piece of our rating. So now the body should be nice and loose, ready to move. And then the last piece is just priming, speed, okay? Full speed. And then we just get ready and we do it, okay? And as I said before, don't underestimate your fitness. I quite often see people going, oh, I want to save my energy. And that is a personal thing for you to be like, when do I think I'm ready? And it is a hard part because some people are afraid that they're going to do too much, okay? Now, just trust me, I don't think you can do too much by doing this. You could do too much if you're just doing like heaps and heaps of bursts along here. But we're only going to be doing about eight pieces, okay? And they're pretty short. And it should all be about our movement and our freedom and our efficiency. Okay, we're not going out to smash 1 minute pieces and set records at different rating. We're just trying to get the movement, right? We're trying to do this workup, this warm up as efficiently as possible, getting that freedom of movement so that we can be comfortable, right? And when we hit these ones here, we are looking at the pace, okay? So we're like 140, perfect, 32, 34, beautiful, okay? And then you can take that into the piece because you know that the body's ready, the mind's ready, physically you're ready to rock and roll, we're on, okay? And you know that. And I've always talked about it in terms of realistic expectation, making sure you're prepared. And so by doing this, we should be able to put down the handle, shake it off, drink, set the machine, bang, we're away. Okay? So today, apart from all that chit chat that I just did now, I'm going to run through it with you. We will work towards a rating, and then I will leave you up to do a piece for yourself. Okay? Now, because the World Rowing virtual sprints are on, 1,000 meters, log it onto your concept too. If you chuck your erg data onto the machine, sync it, then once you've done it, it'll get ranked. You can go have a look, see how you rank against everyone else. Yeah, it's 1,000 meters, should be hard. But I can't do the 1,000 meters with you. Unfortunately, I'll do it by myself because if we set a time, if we set a thing, we're all going to be out of sync. Okay, but this whole video is just about getting this right. And it's giving you some framework, some understanding. You can adapt it, right? Just remember, most of the time, everything needs to have a little bit of a leeway. Okay, you can't just be like, I've got to do this, it's set in stone. You have to adjust it to yourself. You have to adjust it to your fitness, even, as I said, to the length of piece that you're doing. If you're going to just be doing like a full out 500 meter, you don't need to do a lot of that, right? You need to still be warming up and getting stuff moving, but these are more important. So adjusting, right? Same with if you're going to do like a 5K piece, or lo and behold, I want to go and see how fast I can do 10K. Then you're probably more of this rather than that, okay? But this is sort of a good combination if you're working to that 1,000, 2K sort of area, but it just gives you an idea, okay? So we'll jump on now, we'll get set, we'll rock and roll, and then we just row through it together, get prepared, you do your thing, boom, Bob's your uncle. Okay, right, let's rock and roll. So, as always, check where we are. Remember, I use the damper, but also very, very important to chuck on the drag factor. Okay, so no matter what you're doing and whatever machine you're on, just remember to actually use the drag factor setting on the machine, just because what you see on the side with the number is not always what it's recording, because of dust and all that other stuff, temperature, you name it, right? So I've got my drag set, and now it's just about getting ourselves nice and loose, relaxed, just building into this first part, okay? Ultimately, there's other factors that come into play when you're looking into a race warm-up. A lot of them are the time of day. So if this is early in the morning and you've woken up, you haven't really been active, you've probably got to focus a little bit more on the steady side, okay? Building ourselves, getting loose, okay? It's the afternoon here in New Zealand at the moment, so I feel loose. I've already done some training today, so my elasticity, the feeling of what my body's like and ready is a lot better than it would be first thing in the morning, okay? But ultimately, when we're getting ready for any sort of piece, the idea is we've just got to be ready. We've got to believe in ourselves that I'm ready, I can put out my best performance because I've done the work, I'm loose, I've also got the engagement, heart rate's good, and I've covered all the bases, because this is covering all the bases. We can't just go straight into ripping out pieces if we haven't got the body used to speed by doing rating, okay, or pushing some numbers in terms of steadiness and heart rate, okay? So by now, should be starting to feel a little bit more of an ease of movement, okay? Really engaging that hang. We're going to make sure we have a good focus on the technique, and when we're doing all of this, we want to make sure it's in the frame that we want to do the piece in. Last thing we want to do, have nice form here, throw it out the window when we go to do the piece, okay? And just remember as well, even though I've got these like times brackets, adjuster, okay, and this is something that you can try at different periods, and I do think it's something that people don't actually practice a lot, okay? Warm-ups should be part of practice at certain periods, certain points, and training programs, because if we get this warm-up right and we execute the pieces that we want, we know that that works for us, okay? And that's why working on your warm-up over time for different pieces gives you the understanding, and you can adjust it, you can tweak it. And you do that, you find what can work for you. So when you go to test yourself, do a race, do whatever, that you're prepared, you're ready, you're comfortable, Okay? And that comfort is a big thing. Okay? There's nothing worse than having to do something and being like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. Am I ready? Have I done too much? Now, these are the questions that will go through your head. Okay? Part and parcel with the whole, this is going to hurt. Okay, but we've rolled through here at 5 minutes. So now we really just, next little while, just start feeling the pressure, the push, our rhythm. Okay, we should be starting to work towards training speed. All the while focusing on this form, this technique, this rhythm, patience. Okay, if we get set here nicely, we've got the speed working for us, the heart rate's coming up, the muscles are feeling a lot more loose, elastic, but they're managing to feel the pressure that we're trying to put. Okay, it's working for us. And so this is really just about getting this blood flow around the body. Okay, turning on the muscles, getting the sequence right. Okay, let's feel the feet, the hang, nice motion. Good. Feel the push, both feet. A nice rhythm. Okay, focus this hang. As I mentioned before, we'll get the rhythm, the technique, with how we want to do the actual piece, and we lock it in. We get comfortable in this shape, and then we can build on this. Okay? So just think about the smoothness now, this continuous motion. Nice rhythm. Okay? Back and forth. Breathing. So while we're putting in pressure on that drive, we've got pace still loose. Okay? Find your own breathing rhythm. Nice. Really good. Now feel your body. Feel your temperature. Okay, I'm starting to sweat. I can feel it. You can feel my heart rate. You've got a monitor on. How does it look compared to what you're normally doing through steady stuff? Okay? So, as I mentioned before, if you're in quite a cold place, maybe it's early in the morning, you may want to feel like you need to do a couple more minutes at this sort of pressure and speed, okay? Just to wake up a bit more. But I'm feeling pretty good, so I feel like it's time to progress. So we're going to start moving now into some rating, okay? Now the fundamentals, move a little bit quicker, add a little bit more acceleration, okay? We do that, we tap it along, okay? Here we go. We just let it come up, a minute, 24-ish, this one. Now, okay, just let it build. Okay, just hang into it. Feel the drive, recovery. Okay, we've got the flywheel moving, tap it along. And nice, easy movements. Remembering our take up from the front, push through the middle, inertia around the finish. Okay, nice. Okay, and take it down. Okay, so adding that rate, we're just looking for freedom of body movement. Like if we feel warm enough, flexible enough, good. Okay, and as I mentioned at the start, if you're not, I guess, super experienced at doing sort of race warm-up stuff, then this would be a really good starter, okay? Or even a refresher. Okay, so we start to firm now. As I mentioned, these are roughly minute on, minute off. They don't have to be exact. Okay, normally it's just about what you see on screen, so you don't have to think too much. But this one, let it free up. 26 plus. Okay, here we go. This one. Now, okay, so be elastic to start. Okay, and settle into a rhythm. Remember our focus. Flywheel speed. Drive through the middle. Hang and push. Rhythm. Nice. Okay, and we're just trying to maintain our speed. High speed. Feel the connection through the drop and down. Okay, nice. Okay, so we're up to speed. Tap it along. Maintaining pressure And that's the goal with these rating pieces. Okay, we have to move quicker, but we've still got to think about our drive, and we wanted to make sure that we stay relaxed, not tugging, really letting that inertia around the finish create that momentum for us. Okay, so starting to firm, breathe. And this time we're just going to free it up, 28ish. Are you ready? Moving now. And remember, let it happen. Elastic. Build the speed. Let that flywheel come up. Okay, now tap. Stay loose. Stay relaxed. Feel that motion through the drive. Hang. Nice. Good speed. Tap it along. So grab at the front. Hang out of the front. Through the drive. And take it down. Okay? Right. So as I mentioned at the start, it's all about your ratings, your knowledge of what you do when you're at race rate, okay? Now, if your race rate's 30, there's no point in doing that at 28, okay? You pull it back, might be 24-ish, 26-ish, and then your priming pieces start building us up to that race rate, okay? Now, we're gonna do one more sort of building piece. And so my target here is about 4 strokes per minute under my race rate, okay? I'm just gonna do about 45 seconds. So I'm gonna be about 30-ish. Nice freedom. Here we go. And take your time to build it, okay? Building that, this one. Now, okay? Just wanna add and add and add, okay? Let's take me 5 strokes to get it up to speed. But I'm focused on rhythm, hang, motion. Okay, real good. There it is. Tap it along. Move the hands. Supple knees. And down. Okay, good. So a lot of it as well is observing how you're doing it. Numbers you're producing on screen. And the feeling, your feeling. Does it feel tight? Does it feel easy? Okay? Answering those questions yourself just give you a really good understanding of how you're doing it. Okay? How you're feeling, the warm up itself, because by now you should be pretty sweaty. I am. Okay, but that's knowing your body. Okay, it's a big part of this. It's a big part of this. Okay, So let's start to firm. We're going to do these priming pieces. They're going to be about 30 seconds long, 30 to 45 seconds. Build it to rate relatively quickly. Okay, so a couple of points under race pace. Building in this one. Now, okay, and feel the rhythm, movement speed, flywheel. Nice, hang, patience. 3 more. Okay, good. Breathe, keep moving. Okay, we're starting to get up into lactate production. So it's making sure when we're moving and warming down here that we're sucking it in, staying loose and relaxed, and getting focused. Okay, so let's firm. Let's move this one to race pace. Get comfortable at your race pace. Here we go. Building now. This one. Now, move. Elastic. Now hang. Open the mouth. Relax the face. Tap it along. Brush the body. And down. Good. Okay, nice. Okay, so you can see how, I shouldn't say the word easy, but you can see how you can maintain your rating and your pace. Now it's easy to get that because we're rolling into it. And it's something we can do here, but it is the start of a piece. It's very, very individual, okay? Really individual. I'll give you an example in a minute, but for now, let's firm. Now I want you to go above pace for this one, okay? Above pace, couple of beats. Think about the movement, think about the speed, okay? Let's firm. Moving in. This one. Now, relax it. Now hang. Be nice and smooth. Move the hands. Hang through the middle. Take it down. Okay? I'm always a believer, you want to go a bit above and beyond, because what that does is it allows the body to be like, shit, go faster. And you have to move, you have to think about it, still got to hang, you've got to be elastic, because otherwise it's going to become a tug fest, a work hard fest, rather than a maintain what I've created fest. Okay? Now we'll just firm into it. We're going to do one more. Okay? 15 to 20 strokes. Your race pace, your rhythm. Maintain the speed because we want to take what you're doing in this next one into your pace. Okay? Right. Let's firm. Moving in. Building. This one. Now. Do the press. Right, now swing. Maintain. Rhythm. Open the mouth. Flywheel. Tap it along. And down. Okay, really good. Okay, nice. So in my opinion, you should be perfect. Okay? You may be, I would have liked to have just done one less of these, maybe one less of those, but this is an understanding. This is getting yourself to know if you're ready, what you need to do. Okay? Now, this is our active recovery, ready for the pace. So we just want to firm a little bit. Okay, just trust me. Give it 10 strokes, just above our speed that we were here. Engage the muscles. Roll around the front. Deep breath. We're ready. Okay? So, I think you'll be ready. You should feel the heart rate up. We shouldn't muck around with too much, okay, of this. So, if you're ready to go, rip into it, okay? Just set the machine, the blood flow's going, the heart rate's still up, so we should be able to click into that aerobic space pretty quickly. Bang, ready to go. Okay, all the best. Now, come back and watch this afterwards. But in terms of people saying, how should I start a piece? Okay, a little bit of a tip. We've got about 5 or 6 strokes to get it onto speed or slightly above speed, and then we hold it. Okay, I want to see an even split. I don't want you to do the first 250 of 1,000 meter at 135 pace when your target's 140. Okay, I want you to get it out to like 138 and then breathe into it and relax. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Okay, so if you were going to do a practice start, and this is a practice that you'd probably put in between the full speed and the above speed, okay? And it's just a good little practice if you need it, okay? But the idea, we've just got to get that moving, okay? So you don't have to be overly long with the strokes. We've just got to get it moving, okay? So here we go. So if this was my start, I would be full, short, half, elastic, and now I'm on rhythm. Now I free up my hands and I'm good. Okay? That's all you need to do. And that's what I think one of the things is to remember is that you don't have to fucking drop the speed massively. Because any energy you use to get out of the blocks is energy that could be used through the period. Okay? So let me explain that again. We just got to get it moving. Okay? And obviously, the machine's probably going to slow down. So I'll let it slow down a little bit. Okay, but it is just about getting the machine moving, getting back to us here, and then every stroke just being a little bit longer, a little bit quicker, because the flywheel is going to gain speed, gain, until it reaches the speed that we want it at. When it's there, our whole purpose of the piece is to maintain it for as long as possible, ideally the whole way. And then we'd even split, we'd come off and you'd be UT, okay? And that should be a goal. I think that's one target, because let's use 140 as a round number, okay? If we go out in the first 250 at like 135, we're going to see in the third 500s maybe 145, all right? So it's going to go, and then we're going to try and sprint, okay? We shouldn't be waiting to the finish to sprint. If we do it properly, we sprint to virtually maintain pace, okay? So let me show you that again. So we're all set, ready to go. So here we go. Attention. Go. So move. Short. A bit more. And I'm on speed. And I'll tap a couple. Now I'm into my rhythm. I breathe. I hang. I'm protecting my flywheel. Okay? Really good. So, really good. So that's it. Okay? Hopefully the understanding through all of this gave you a good idea about taking it away and adjusting it yourself. Okay? Never, I should say, take everything I say as gospel, but no. We all do things differently. We all feel things differently. Some of us get up to preparation quicker than others. Some of us might be super fit and be like, okay, I do need quite a bit of time. I might have to do 15 here. Okay. Others will be like, I'm only doing a 750. So you're probably down on this end. And you're transferring some of that to maybe this. Okay. But this just gives you a good structure of what you're trying to do through the warm-up. Okay. So if you get those and the balance of those right, you should be in a good place. Okay. If we don't do enough of this, and we don't really build it up to the steadiness, but you do this, probably a lot of that, you might just find that you're really running out of the aerobic juice. Okay, you start feeling the pinch of the anaerobic a bit quicker. Okay, but if we're building up through this, and we're building this, and we're using our rhythm, we might be able to hold it for longer. Okay, and this is why when you do one of these, and even in practice, if we're practicing it in training, you can adjust it. You can be like, you know what, I feel like I need more of this. Or this here, I feel like I'm not really building it to speed well. I'm sort of just putting the energy in, but I'm really not getting the feeling of the flywheel, right? And this is what we do a lot on the stream, is understanding the rating, the speed of the flywheel, maintaining the speed of the flywheel. And so we really put this into here, and then we can transfer it into here when we're going into race pace. And because when we're at race pace and we're tapping that machine along, we're moving that machine, beauty, 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 yes, okay, we get a really good rhythm, really good understanding of that flywheel, okay? So remember, adjust it. Hopefully you're not watching this and you haven't done your base. If you have, maybe just do a couple of these before you do it. I will write something down in the description to be like, maybe you jump to the back before you start. Nah, we'll be right. We'll be right. Okay, but just remember, try it. At the end of the day, if it's something that you haven't done, is there anything bad in trying it? Because you might take a little nugget out of it. There might be something you like about it. There might be nothing you like about it. I don't know, whatever. But just from personal experience, I think if you really have a go at this, see how you feel, beautiful, okay? And you can walk away from it and be like, I did it. I felt real good in the middle of the piece. I probably just couldn't keep my rating up at the finish. Then you might be like, hey, that has to become, and I have to incorporate that into my part of my program, okay? You might do this and you might love it, okay? But at the end of the day, try it, please, and then just see how it goes. Okay? Beautiful. All the best, team. Rip it. Rip it up. Do what you can. Do your best. Keep that flywheel spinning.